Today, I will be reviewing New Year's Evil. So yeah, this is basically the last video of 2025, basically, all the way until we're in 2026. And yes, if you're watching this, then, well, this video is out by, like, December 31st, New Year's Eve. And I felt like it would be great to have this video come out on New Year's Eve, because it's almost 2026, and I do got my 2026 glasses on right now. So yeah, I'm really excited to review this movie, because New Year's Evil is just basically about just lots of, like, crazy punk people, apparently in Los Angeles, and there's, like, a killer just running around, and every single hour, like, the killer's just getting, like, people until midnight, so it's a cool movie, I will say, of the 1980s. It's pretty, like whodunit, like a murder mystery, like, it's like Scream, like, who killed who, stuff like that, and I do like whodunit mysteries, because it's like a murder mystery and you're trying to figure out who is the killer. So I think it's a pretty interesting storyline, I must say. And of course, we know there are just going to be lots of kills, because that's how horror movies are, with just lots of kills. So I'm definitely excited to review this movie as the last 2025 movie review. And then, like, 2026 movie reviews will just be as crazy as 2025. So yes, I'm super excited to review this movie, so let me review this movie. The movie begins with our main character, Diane Sullivan, who apparently is getting ready for a show to host. Apparently, her friend Ernie just wants her to be like quick with her show or something, because he's like ready for the new year or something. Well, I got something to say. Just calm down. Diane calls her friend Yvonne, and Yvonne wants to know if her husband Richard is, like, I don't know, coming over to the show or something. Yvonne is now putting on her makeup, getting ready for the big night, but apparently she gets bothered by, the shower making some, like, water drip noises. Yeah, well, that sounds absolutely random. But yeah, it's basically too late for Yvonne, because she dies off-screen by the killer. We now get to have a title card. We now get to meet a bunch of punk people in just, like, Los Angeles who are just acting crazy as heck. Oh my god, these people are just absolutely crazy. Oh my god. These punk people then arrive at the Hollywood Hotel, apparently just wanting to watch Diane's concert, but apparently they just have to be rude to cops. Seriously, what the heck is their problem? We now get to meet Diane's son, Derek, who I guess is a pretty cool character to this movie. Diane, well, wants to invite Derek, her son, over to the show, but of course he doesn't want to come because he's mad at her for everything or something. Yeah, I don't really know, but, whatever, I guess. But hey, at least you can still have a fun time, like, talking about your New Year's show, so that's nice. The show is now live, where apparently Diane gets to just, like, say that the show is called New Year's Evil because all of these people are happy or something. Who the heck knows? And apparently Diane says that they are going to celebrate every single time zone of, like, the US, of, like, the New Year's or something, so sure, why the heck not? That sounds cool. So apparently they'll be celebrating Easter time with New York City, Central time with Chicago, and Mountain time with Aspen, Colorado. Sure, why the heck not? So apparently they will be celebrating those places for, I guess, the New Year, so sure, why not? I guess that sounds very interesting. Apparently, Diana gets some calls on, like, what should be the best song of the year, since it's almost the New Year's and stuff like that. So I guess that sounds very interesting. So, yeah. Apparently, Diane gets a second call, and apparently she gets to hear, well, a creepy guy, which is, well, of course, the creepy killer of this movie, who's just speaking really creepy, I must say.
Call me evil.
Geesh, the killer absolutely sounds crazy, and I can tell Diane is scared, because apparently the killer's New Year's resolution is to murder someone who's close to her. Geesh, I must say, but that is spooky. Also, it's very crazy that the killer wants to be called evil. So apparently the killer's name is Evil, which is absolutely funny, I must say. Yeah, well, we don't know who the killer is, which is why it's a murder mystery. But all I can say is that the killer just wants to be called Evil, which is funny. Very goofy, I must say. Also, do you want to know what else is crazy about this movie? Is that the New Year's Evil song is playing, well, again. Apparently, Evil decides to run all the way into his sanitarium because, of course, he just decides to go there. Apparently, the inmates in the sanitarium are dancing to the same song, New Year's Evil, again. Apparently, we also get to see this other character, Nurse Jane, and I think she's a pretty cool character to this movie, I must say. Apparently, Jane gets to walk all the way to see Evil. And apparently, Evil now wants to be called Jeff Winters. Evil, why do you change your name? I mean, we get it, you're a crazy person, but, like, why do you want to change your name all of a sudden? Like, what? Do you not want to, like, shout out your real name or something? Well, of course he doesn't want to do that, because I'm pretty sure that would ruin the movie. So yeah, moving on. Also, Jane's reaction to Evil is just funny. She's just smiling in such a weird way. What the heck is going on? But whatever, I guess. It's just a random scene just to have some comedy, so sure, why not? Okay, what's next about this movie? Another scene where the band is just playing some, like, calm, like, rock music or something? Sure, why not? Also, are these people okay? Sheesh, they look so high or something. They must be so out of it when they're dancing or something like that. Apparently, a couple of cops introduce themselves to Diane and just saying, keep the killer on the line of the phone so we can just track him down. Yada, yada, yada. Just the normal cop stuff, you know. We now get a scene where Diane is calling her, like, son, Derek, about, like, where is Yvonne, even though if we know Yvonne is clearly dead. Because Yvonne was the opening kill of this movie. We now get a scene where a bunch of the inmates are just waiting for the New Year's celebration for New York, which I guess sounds very interesting. As soon as it is the New Year's for New York City, well, Evil decides to, well, stab, well, Nurse Jane a couple of times, which is absolutely crazy and creative. Diane gets another call from Evil, and apparently Evil says that he made a kill during the New Year's celebration for New York City. And Diane starts to be a little bit scared. I'm not gonna lie, I definitely agree, because Evil is just such a psychopath. We now get a random scene where Derek apparently just munching on something and just putting on, like, this weird-looking mask. Seriously, I mean, this is just so weird, Derek. Why would you put this on? And what's even crazier is that Derek says, how does he look? You want to know what I have to say about that? You look weird. You look absolutely weird. Like, what type of mask is this? Why would you put this on? Jeez, you're making yourself look super weird, but I guess this is a random scene, so whatever, I guess. Also, do you want to know what else is weirder than Derek wearing that creepy mask? This random band guy just looking right into the camera. Dude, I can seriously see the spit in your mouth. What the heck? Oh my god, what is going on here? I need an answer. What is going on? Evil decides to put on a fake mustache so he can look, I don't know, cool or something. But he makes his way into a disco party and meets apparently this girl named Sally, apparently. So that's cool, I guess. Oh, great, we now get to see another band, team or something. Sheesh, what is this movie? A music video or something? Sally decides to bring her friend Lisa over so, I don't know, they can just be with Evil or something. And then all three of these characters decide to go in a car and decide to, I don't know, have a talk or something, which I guess sounds interesting. Evil drives up to a liquor store and apparently tells Lisa to go ahead and grab some champagne. And Lisa does get some champagne, but let me just tell you, this scene is kind of very funny, because just watch the scene, it's just super funny.
Thank you. And Happy New Year.
Okay, that was definitely a weird but funny random scene. Jeez, what is with Lisa just nodding her head with, like, disappointment? She looks so sad for no reason. Jeez, I just love weird movies sometimes. Evil decides to, well, suffocate Sally with a bag, which honestly, I feel bad for her. She seemed like a nice, innocent character. Oh my god, Sally does not even deserve this at all. Jeesh. Evil's just so crazy. Evil also kills Lisa as well by literally dragging her down in a dumpster. Jeesh, I absolutely feel bad for Lisa as well. These random cops then find the dead bodies of Sally and Lisa as well. And you know what's next? Another disguise for evil. Gee, she just likes to go into disguises, just pretending he's like a doctor at like the sanitarium and just deciding to wear a mustache. And now evil is pretending he's a priest. Gee, she just loves disguises at this point. Apparently, evil is confronted by some extremely rude bikers who are just harassing him. Geez, you bikers are crazy, even if evil is our villain of this movie. So yeah, apparently Evil accidentally drives into a bunch of these other bikers as the other ones get mad, but they eventually drive into like a drive-in theater. Oh cool, you have a movie playing, sheesh. Also, you can't forget your tickets when you're driving to the movies. Geesh, these bikers are extremely rude, I must say. So yeah, one of the bikers then sees Evil, but Evil decides to stab the biker, literally. Oh my god. But I guess it's revealed by one of the cops that that biker somehow survived being stabbed, so he is very lucky, I must say. Evil decides to hijack a car and literally just try to, like, I don't know, kidnap this random girl. Geesh, I absolutely feel so bad for her. She's just begging for her life as Evil just, I don't know, just goes full on rage mode and just pulls out his knife. Geesh, she's crazy. But eventually, Evil will stops the car because of these random people on the road, but she finally gets to escape. Yay, you did it! Just, hope you do not get caught by Evil. So yeah, a random cop decides to go and just find Evil, and then he runs away. So that also means the random girl survived. Whew, that was a close one. She literally got lucky, I must say. Wow, today must be her lucky day. A bunch of the cops talk to Diane and just say the killer Evil is still on the loose and that you should just watch out for him and just like be careful if he's ever around you. And we all know Diane does not want to do that because she's probably still scared that Evil will pop out of nowhere. We then get a random scene back with Derek again, wearing that like stupid weird like mask thing. Geesh, now you want to make Derek look like the killer of this movie? Sure, why not? I mean, like, what the heck is going on? What is Derek's problem? Oh my god, he looks so crazy. Oh my god. Evil tries to sneak his way into the party since it's already closed, but apparently he walks and like finds a brick so he can knock a cop out cold, and that is exactly what he does. Evil puts on a cop uniform so he can walk his way into the, well, New Year's party. And apparently this random cop does not even know who this guy is. Like, you don't know who Evil is, but you still let him in, even if he's wearing a cop uniform. Do you even know your cop friends, random cop? Geesh, I feel like that just makes no sense. We get to see another cop, Sergeant Green, who apparently is protecting Diane, but he almost accidentally shoots Derek. But a good thing that his mom, I don't know, just talks to him and that she's, like, sorry. But apparently Derek was still so mad about his mother, and he just decides to walk away. Geesh, I feel bad for Diane. Apparently Diane wants to change into another outfit so she can continue her show. Why would you want to continue your show if you're scared about Evil? Like, how could you still want to continue the show even if you are absolutely scared? Hey, I guess you want your fans to be happy, so I guess it is what it is. Evil is now wearing a creepy but cool looking mask and he just wants to scare Diane, but I guess it's revealed that Evil is the husband of Diane. And apparently Evil's real life name is Richard. Wow, that's cool, the mystery is solved. Now we know that Evil is the husband of Diane. I mean, I think that is cool, but I mean, Diane doesn't know that he's a killer, even though if he clearly is. Apparently when Sheriff Green and Diane are in the elevator, Richard tries to, I don't know, malfunction the elevator and just make it crash and like shake and stuff like that. Well, I gotta say, but that is absolutely insane. But the elevator does crash to the floor, and apparently he kicks Sheriff Green evil. Geesh, that's bad. And Richard finally tells Diane that he is evil. He is the killer. And Diane is absolutely shocked. But he says that he's getting a bunch of people because, I don't know, he just does it because he wants to. Yeah, I mean, that seems absolutely bad. So, yeah. Richard decides to tie Diane to, like, the side of the elevator so she can die. Yeah, do you really think you're gonna get away with that, Richard? So yeah, Diane gets saved from almost dying. So that's really good, our final girl survives. But we do get a shootout scene because the cops try to shoot Richard a bunch of times. Richard runs upstairs and on the rooftop, and then he decides to put on his evil mask. And then apparently he raises his arms up and surrenders. Wow, that's a surprise for a killer to surrender, but okay, sure. So yeah, apparently Richard, aka Evil, dies by falling off a building. Well, that is quite a death for a villain, but I wish there was a little bit more gore as soon as he fell, but whatever, I guess. Diane is now rescued and on a stretcher for an ambulance, apparently taken to a hospital. So yay, she survived. She is so lucky. And apparently the movie ends with a random paramedic's dead body, which is absolutely crazy. Man, that's crazy. The movie now ends with Derek, the son of Diane, wearing the evil mask. And wow, it absolutely looks super creepy for Derek. Man, so Derek is now, well, the next killer. So that is the end of me reviewing New Year's Evil. And that is also the end, well, the final movie review of 2025. So I hope you all had a good 2025, because, like, I know I did, with making lots of movie reviews. Now, obviously, that's how this channel started, with 2025, so let's just make 2026 an amazing year for this channel, with lots of crazy and cool classic movie reviews, with some classic movies and some new movies. Trust me, I think you're gonna love the movie reviews for 2026, so stay tuned for those. And I'm super happy I got to review this movie. I feel like this movie is, I don't know, just a great ending of 2025 and just starting with 2026 with cooler, well, movie reviews. But obviously, I do like the movie reviews I made for this year because, of course, they were just absolutely insane. So yeah, I'm basically gonna take off these 2026 glasses. Yeah, I just randomly found these. I felt like it would be more cool to wear them because they just look absolutely cool. Yeah, so thank you so much for this great 2025 for movie reviews. Just really. And I hope you all have a great 2026. Just make 2026 one of the best years ever. And thank you so much to the bottom of my heart for these videos. Like, really, thank you so much. The channel is growing, I can tell, and I'm just already happy. So, yeah, thank you so much. I wonder how much times I said thank you. But yes, I hope you all have a great 2026, and, yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next movie review, which is happening in 2026, which is crazy. So, yeah, until then, I will see you next time. Bye!